Hey, what's up, guys? Man, it's been about a week since I posted a video, um, and I apologize for that, but I just got back from camping, and as much as I wanted to do an actual video on computers, I have to clean my garage because this place is just a mess. But I tried my best not to think about computers while I was gone camping. I was gone for 5 days up in the eastern Sierra Mountains near Lake Mono. It was a good time, but I had ordered some stuff on eBay before we left, and I knew it was going to be on my porch when I got home, and this is what that is right here. So I'm kind of excited about opening this stuff up. While I was camping, I got a Yeti cup. Everybody was raging about these things, so I figured I'd get it as a souvenir. I guess they're great. $25 for a freaking cup is a little expensive, especially when it's made in China. I just think for 25 bucks they could figure out a way to make a profit and still produce it in America, but whatever. I guess it's still a good cup. Here's the camping ground that we were staying at. It's pretty cool. We had a great time. The fishing sucked. I hate going on a camping trip and not being able to catch any fish, but everybody had bad luck catching fish, so maybe it wasn't me, maybe it was just the weather, or maybe everybody caught the fish before we got there, but seriously, nobody caught any fish. I think my brother-in-law caught like one little tiny 6-inch fish, so that barely counts. This right here is a back plate for this little motherboard that I bought, and it did not come with a back plate, but it's very easy to find back plates if anybody ever wants to get a motherboard at a good price without a back plate. Just go ahead and search the model of the motherboard, and you'll find plenty of people selling back plates for it. So that's what this is. This right here is a GPU that is formerly from a mining rig, a cryptocurrency mining rig. And the guy didn't list it as that, but he had 10 available, so I kind of assumed that it was from a mining rig. And I sent him a message, and I just asked him, are these, having 10 of them, are these from a mining rig? I'm like, I don't mind getting a GPU that's, from a mining rig, but I'm just wondering why you're not accepting returns, because he wasn't accepting returns, and I was just kind of like, why is this guy like unloading a bunch of GPUs and says no returns? So I sent him a message. I said, if I have problems with it, I want to stress test it, I want to play some games, I want to make sure it's not overheating, or make sure it doesn't have artifacts or it's crashing or anything like that. I want to run it through its paces and make sure it's still a solid GPU. And he responded quickly, and he responded professionally, you know what I mean? It wasn't like he just immediately said, yes, it was part of a mining rig, but I have upgraded my GPUs and I'm basically liquidating these. And he also said he has no problem with me stress testing it, and if I have any issues with how it's performing, that he'll give me up to 30 days to return it. So I felt pretty confident in buying it. It was a good price. It was less than what these are going for during an auction. So I spent the money and I picked it up. So what I'm going to do now is just open it up, show you guys what I got. And I apologize for how dirty my desk is. I got stuff, the garage is thrashed, and I just haven't had time to clean up after getting home from camping. But I also ordered some new thermal paste because I needed some of that. Ordered a couple of these fan power adapters, Molex power adapters. They're really nice. I got this off of Amazon. It was a 2-pack for I think I can't remember exactly, but I think it was under $7 for a 2-pack, and it's just nice. It's got 3 wires, nicely heat shrinked and everything, and they're really nice. Usually these things are kind of janky. They only have 2 wires going to the 3-pin, and I needed those, and I bought them. What I'm going to start with right now is this back plate. I know I showed this motherboard before, and it was somewhat of a impulse buy. It was $84 with the motherboard, 4 gigabytes of Corsair RAM, and an i3 processor, and that was a good deal. The one thing that I kind of failed to take into consideration is that this doesn't have a USB 3.0 header anywhere on the motherboard, and that just really bums me out. I probably realized it when I was buying it that it didn't have one, but with today's computers you need a header for your front USB 3.0, and it does have USB 3.0 in the back, but that doesn't do a whole lot for me personally. I don't like to reach behind the computer just to plug in a flash drive or something, so I'm kind of bummed. But the good thing is that I did get it for a good price, and one of these sold just a few days ago for $99, plus the buyer had to pay $15 to ship it. So I'm going to, and that was without RAM and without a CPU. It was just the motherboard. So I'm going to put it back up for sale, probably for, I want to sell it quickly, so I'll probably sell it for like $94 or $95 or something. But the one thing that it didn't have with it is the I/O shield, and I personally always try to get a motherboard with I/O shields, and I paid $8 for this I/O shield, and I thought it was worth it to get an I/O shield if I was going to resell it. I figured it was going to be sold quicker and it would be sold easier, and so I spent the $8 on an I/O shield. Now all we got to do is make sure that it actually is the right I/O shield. So hopefully it is, and it is. So it is the right I/O shield. I think that having the I/O shield will make this motherboard sell a lot quicker and for more money. So that's the deal. I'm going to sell this motherboard because I have a project going on, and although I can live without onboard Wi-Fi, I really want to have that USB 3.0 header. So I'm looking at some other options, and originally I had planned on using this motherboard with this i7 2600K that I got off of Craigslist. But what I'm going to be doing now, since these LGA 1155, I think it is, motherboards, they're extremely expensive. I mean, for me to get one with a USB 3.0 header, I seriously couldn't find one for less than like $140, and I just think that's ridiculous. And since I can still sell this one for $100, and I can get $100 for this 2600K, I think I'm just going to be selling this, and I'm going to upgrade to an 1151 motherboard. I can get a good Asus 1151 motherboard with a USB 3.0 header, onboard Wi-Fi for $80. You know what I mean? I mean, pretty much nearly half of what I could get, or what I'd have to pay for an LGA 1155. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna hit this guy up on Craigslist, because he is selling an i5 6600K for $125, and it's been on there for a while, so I'm betting that he would take $100 for it. So basically I'm going to sell this motherboard and this chip for $200 roughly, and I'll be able to switch it out with an 1155 motherboard and the 6600K for less than what I'm going to sell these things for. The RAM will cost me a little bit more because it's bumping up to the DDR4, but I think that's a sacrifice that is worth it. So that's the plan. I'm not going to really discuss what this ITX motherboard is going to be for. The project's under wraps right now. I have started it, and that's pretty much what I got this graphics card for. So you guys will be seeing that one soon. I'm gonna attack this project and hopefully get it on the channel within the next couple weeks, and in the meantime I'll try to fill in the gaps with a couple other videos. But that's my plan right now. I'll have that ITX motherboard with a 6600K and this graphics card. Now let's see, looks like he just kind of tossed it in there with some bubble wrap. The best thing about buying things on eBay is getting bubble wrap for the stuff that I'm selling on eBay. They did not give me a packing slip in there, so I can't actually show you what I paid for it right now. But he sold me this card for $145, and it cost $15 to ship it. So I basically got it for, it was $159 shipped. And he didn't even put it in a static bag, but you know, that's okay, I guess. It is a GTX 1060 3GB, and it is the SC superclocked version with the good heat sink, with the heat sink cooling pipes and all that stuff. It looks like he's got this fucking bent over, probably to fit in his mining rig some way. So that's not that big a deal. That can be bent back into shape. But yeah, I think what I'm going to be doing with this card for right now, it looks really nice. It's in good condition, no scratches, no real grime or anything on it. What I'm going to do with this graphics card right now is I'm going to throw together a little system, because technically I bought this motherboard and I never even freaking plugged it in, so I never tested it, unfortunately. I know that's terrible. I did test the RAM in another system because I already put that on eBay, but right now I'm basically gonna put this system together after I clean my garage. I have to do that because the garage is thrashed. But I'm gonna use this graphics card on this little board, test the CPU, then I'm going to test this i7 and make sure everything's working fine, and then relist this ITX on eBay, list the i3 on eBay, list the i7 on eBay, and I already have the RAM listed, and we're going to get that stuff sold. I'm going to purchase that 1151 motherboard and call this guy on Craigslist. So yeah, I got a lot of things to do right now. I got a lot of parts to swap out. Hopefully everything sells quickly on eBay, and in the meantime I got to go clean my camping gear because this place is thrashed. But anyways, guys, the next video I'll be posting is probably getting this together and doing some little tests. It should be kind of interesting, you know what I mean, just to test parts, see how everything's working. I'll probably even connect a hard drive and possibly play some games, see how this little setup goes. I'll have time to do that before stuff sells on eBay. So anyways, guys, hope you liked the video. It's just a quickie kind of to fill in the gaps, tell you what's going on with my life and with the garage and all that stuff. But next one will be a little more interesting, and see you guys in the next one. Peace.